This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's episode 1172, and it's the Relevant Podcast here in Orlando. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, is Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Nashville, it's artist-producer mogul Derek Miner.
What up, though?
And just down the road there, our managing editor downtown, Emily Brown.
Hey, y'all.
It's been a few weeks since we've had four of us.
Yeah.
Now, we've been getting emails, like not just like Twitter comments and stuff, but like actual emails from concerned listeners going, why are there only three of you on the show? I miss this person. I miss that person, whatever. And I'm like, we mix it up every time. We're playing around with stuff. Plus there's travel. People are just out.
That's mostly what it is.
Anyway, so it's good to see all four of you. It's four. People have been complaining that we only had three. So,
and I've thought of a solution to the dilemma.
Tell me.
I was watching Around the Horn, the long-running sports talk show on ESPN. It's been around for a long time.
Very long.
And the setup is the content is irrelevant. You don't have to be a sports fan to appreciate the ingenuity of the talk show format, where you have a host, Tony Reale, in the studio. Then you have sports reporters from around the country in little boxes, similar to like a Zoom or Riverside screen, right?
Brady Bunch style.
Kind of ahead of its time a little bit in that aspect, because they're zooming in. He has the ability to mute people if he doesn't like the point they're making. And he has a little score clicker. And when someone says something funny or smart, he gives them points. As the show goes on, the people with the least points start fading off the show.
Yes.
So it's just one of them and the host left.
Wait, are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
Literally, you'll get ostracized if you haven't contributed enough?
Yeah,
Yes.
after certain
You get
segments, you're
booted.
just not on the show anymore. And you
didn't
get to
make
do
it-
a final monologue. It's hilarious. I love it.
So like if you don't make enough good points or aren't funny, or you say something dumb and get muted, you get points taken away. And to Derek's point, as the show goes on, like there's like, all right, sorry, you're out. And then until there's only one left, and then they get to just rant for like the last 30 seconds of the show.
That's great.
Yeah, that's why it's been running so long.
Well, that's honestly why Marty hasn't been on in a couple episodes.
Chill out.
I was doing it. Y'all just didn't know. I was keeping private score. No, I'm joking. Wow. Well, there you go. Well, we have a great show in store for you coming up. We talked to Jackie Hill Perry, one of our favorites. She has a new book out, devotional on Ephesians. So
Okay.
talk to her about that. Let's go, Jackie. At the end of the show, we have we haven't done it in a little while. We're doing 5-second roll. I got the cards right here in front of me.
Oh, wow.
Not a stressful game at all. Go. Tell us the answers.
Can't wait.
Derek, you may have mentioned this a second ago. I think Emily mentioned how shiny the mic is. Is that a new microphone?
Yeah.
It almost looks like it's a trophy that you're using, like a microphone, like a trophy decorated to look like
I have one of those. I have a literal microphone trophy from when we won the podcast award.
Derek, it looks like you won a music award, which I know you have several, but they awarded you a trophy that looks like a microphone, and now you're using it as a microphone.
Nah, so like how I have the arm on my desk and I have a mic there, and I have just the basic podcasting mic. And I went back and listened to some of my recordings because I started using the podcasting mic as just my mic to record. And I thought about it. I was like, man, why don't I just swap out my Shure for this like couple $1,000 mic that I used to record on all the time? I think that would make much more sense. And that's what I did. So I'm like, now hopefully the vocals are like warm and crispy and
Sound
you get
good.
to get, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what we on. They got LEDs in it,
I can't look directly at your mic though, because it is so shiny that I feel, I don't want to say blinded, but I already have bad eyesight. So like, I just feel like I can't look directly at it.
It's our podcast trophy.
That's what I'm saying. I appreciate the the trophy vibe.
I cut the lights off and the mic's glowing.
It's like a glow in the dark mic.
Yeah,
It's like an emergency beacon.
What's the plus for having a light in your microphone for when you're recording music?
I think, honestly, it was just a touch that the manufacturer did. So what I'm using is I'm not being sponsored by them, but I love this mic, so I'll just tell you about it. I'm using a Sphere L22 They got bought by Universal Audio. But the cool thing about this mic is it actually models very expensive mics. So I can take this mic and model a mic that sounds like it's $10,000. And it's like having a whole mic cabinet. So I think their whole thing was, let's add the LEDs to make it like a different flavor. But it's actually kind of dope because when you cut the lights off, I like to record with the lights really, really low. And the brightness from the mic kind of gives the vibe, gives it a little bit of a different vibe. But there's no audio like reason for that to have LEDs in it.
My karaoke machine does the same thing.
Yeah, I guarantee it sounds nothing like this though. It sounds like
and I don't mean to isolate our younger audiences, but there was a time when all audio pieces of equipment were adorned with an obnoxious amount of lights. Like if you had like a CD player, like boombox type of thing in your room in the 90s or like up through, I'd say 2010, the little digital display on there, one, they would have like, you could like
EQ and stuff.
And you could go to like disco mode or rock and roll or
that's how Derek records his albums. He just puts his mic on rock and roll and then disco mode.
But I had one in my bedroom and I'm pretty sure in my dorm room in college, and it was just like it permanently had a towel on it because as soon as you try to go to bed, it was like a disco party in your room. Like it was just, the audio industry got a little out of control with lights.
And it would have little messages, like it would be like in bass boost, and it would say like all these little. I'm like, bro, cut that off. It was cool in the store when I didn't know what it did, but now that it's at the house, I don't need to know any more about the bass boost.
Yeah, did y'all have like car audio systems like that, like in high school?
Oh yeah,
definitely. Yeah, of course.
I had a beater 1992 Dodge Spirit. It was white. It was an old rental car. It was a terrible car, but I didn't have to pay for it, so it was like, great. It was like so cheap. And so I was working during high school. So I put all my money into like the sound system and stuff. I had like the Kicker 12s in the trunk, custom build. I had the the 10 disc CD changer, and I had the, and all the lights and stuff. I had a disco ball hanging from the rearview mirror because I thought it was funny. Yeah, it was pretty great.
Oh yeah, I had an Astro van.
Oh, that's even better.
I had an Astro van, and I was putting systems and stuff in the back. My
parents talk about, they could tell when I was coming home because they heard when I pulled into the neighborhood.
Oh yeah,
like they could feel it in the house.
Oh yeah,
like Cameron will be here in about a minute.
But here's the other thing about audio equipment in like that era. They would just find reasons to like put random buttons on there, like bass boost and then like shuffle. Like there's only 12 songs on the CD, man. Like who is like, I just want to listen to this CD in a random order.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They were just finding,
I never thought of that. That is true. Like it's one thing to have your iPod shuffle, but one album. Like why am I just listening to it out of order? That's weird.
Wait, I actually want to talk about that. Do you guys not put albums on shuffle when you listen to them on Spotify?
No,
An album? No.
I want to hear it how the artist
a playlist.
Intended.
Yeah.
Interesting. The first time I listen to an album, I always listen to it in order. But like, I'll put it on shuffle once I listen to it after a few times.
Why?
So because she wants to turn the album into TikTok.
No, it's not that. It's just like, I don't know. I think I like maybe not knowing exactly what song is coming up. I like, there's no like rhyme or reason behind it. I feel like I've talked about this with my friends though. We all do that. Maybe this is a generational thing.
I think so. Because I don't use shuffle at all. I don't use shuffle on any device anywhere. I hate that shuffle mode.
I always shuffle playlists.
Oh, okay.
Always. No, so it's always fresh. Because I make my own playlist. So it's like I don't want to hear the same. I don't want to like start with the same song every time. You know what I mean?
I got it.
And I'll have like 800 songs on a playlist. So it's like it's just radio at that point.
Shuffle on a playlist.
I do that with an album.
Nope. An album. Nope. 12 songs.
Nope.
Anyway.
Taylor would be so frustrated with you.
Yeah. All right, moving the show along.
To listen.
Stay tuned. Up next, it's Slices.
You're the kind of man to fall in love with me. You're the kind of man to fall in love with me. You're the kind of man to fall in love with me. You're the kind of man to take me not seriously.
listening to London Grammar. The song is Kind of Man. That was my high school nickname. Kind of Man. Sorry. It's so weird.
Yeah, I'm like,
Okay.
I don't know where to go with that.
That's what you want to go with.
Half man,
I
half
don't know
amazing.
what
I was
to-
like, half man, half amazing.
Okay. I'm like, I don't
Kind
know
of man.
Oh, that's the other half.
I don't
Okay.
know where you're going with this one, bro.
Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Mercy Ships. Globally, 5 billion people lack access to surgical care. In sub-Saharan Africa, there's only one surgeon for every 200,000 people. Mercy Ships provides free, life-transforming surgeries for people who have little to no access to medical care. They help the blind see, straighten twisted limbs, remove deadly tumors, treat cleft conditions, and so much more. With state-of-the-art hospital ships, they provide safe surgery to children and adults living with treatable conditions, and it's completely free of charge. They do all this work with an all-volunteer crew of professionals who donate their time and talents. Surgeons, stewards, nurses, engineers, and more make the world a better place. Your donation today provides free, safe surgeries to people in desperate need of help. All gifts are matched, so please donate today at mercyships.org/relevant.
All right, it's time for
Slices.
What do you have, Jesse?
All right. Well, there was a really interesting story in KTLA this week.
In KTLA, you were inside the station.
I was. They didn't run this on any of their outlets. It was just the buzz in the newsroom, which I happened to wander into one afternoon and ensconce myself near their snack room,
Right.
dressed as a vending machine repairman. Don't
Right.
ask questions of how I ended up there. Here we are.
So you get your breaking news from inside the depths of KTLA. All right.
I knew I needed a good slice this week, so I flew to LA, disguised myself as a vending machine repairman, and snuck into a local newsroom
Okay.
for 3 days.
Well, mission accomplished. What do you
Yeah.
have? What'd you find?
Well, the buzz is that the era of freebies is quickly going away.
What?
And basically they gave some examples of like McDonald's across the country are taking away the kind of self-serve soda machines. So you can just kind of go back and get free refills at your discretion. Taco Bell on its new Cantina menu is charging 20 cents per packet of its avocado verde salsa instead of just giving you, like the standard free ones. Places like casinos in Vegas are now like charging people to park there. There was always free parking in Vegas. So a lot of conventional things that the era of just getting kind of free stuff and expecting free things, is kind of going away. And they had a consumer expert again while I was there. He wandered in as well, looking for interesting insights. Him and I got to talking.
Right. So a little chit chat at the vending machine.
Here's the quote. Here's the quote he gave me. We're witnessing a widespread rethinking of how businesses relate to culture. For decades, we've watched once free perks such as airline amenities disappear or take on fees. Now we're seeing more and more companies scramble to reduce overhead amid raising costs. More often than not, that means charging for services that were once free. I agree with him that this is happening, but I disagree with the reasons why. I think there are rising costs, but can I be honest with you guys? I think this is on us. I think for too long, we take a hard look in the mirror. We abused the system.
Yeah.
We have radically abused it.
Oh, yeah.
I was at a restaurant the other day and they had a bucket of mints up front. I saw someone straight up grab a handful, okay, and jam it into their pocket and walk out. And no one said anything.
Going.
If you go into a conference, any conference for anything, people act like these tote bags full of like branded visors and koozies contain cash. They will take as many as they can carry, as if they're going to get use out of these. We already saw the endless shrimp, and Cameron, I know there's some behind the scenes stuff. People abuse the red.
It's
the
about
shrimp
real
thing.
estate. It's about real estate.
Regardless, people abuse the shrimp thing. Okay, they took Red Lobster. They took a great American company to its knees. Private equity finished the job, but people abused the all-you-can-eat shrimp thing. condiments at fast food. I was at Taco Bell the other night and it was late. And the guy working there just didn't care. He gave me, I was like, can I get some extra sauces in there? He just dumped the whole thing and just gave it to me. There's not a household in America that didn't have a drawer in their kitchen or like a Ziploc bag that's loaded with those little ketchup packets from Chick-fil-A.
Drawer, baby. You got to go to the packet drawer, baby. You got to go to the packet drawer.
Or Chinese food. Like we've abused it. Okay. People take shampoo from the hotel. Here's another one. They do the bring your own cup.
The shampoo from the hotel thing, once it's open, they're not going to like use it for the next guest. They're throwing it out. Take it home.
For me, it's lotion.
Listen.
I got so much hotel lotion in different bags. Yeah.
Here's another one.
I have a drawer full of like travel lotions and shampoos and stuff. I take it every time I go.
Listen, you're part of the problem.
Did you see what happened when
it's there for that reason?
No,
they're not reusing them, Emily.
Listen, this is why these are all going away. When 7-Eleven a couple years ago did the bring your own cup Slurpee thing, and they said just bring your own cup.
They do it every year. They still do it. They're doing it this year.
People brought kiddie pools. They brought aquariums that were meant to hold hundreds of gallons of fish.
I think it's happening in late June. You bring anything you want. You can fill it with a slushie for like $1 or Slurpee.
But they were doing it out of. There's no way a human can drink a kiddie pool full of Slurpee before it melts. It's not humanly possible. They're doing it to abuse. We have wrecked the system. This isn't. You listen. I'm not trying to be out here like being a company man. I'm just saying there are some things that's corporate greed. There are some things consumers got out of control.
No, your heart, you're a socialist, and it's all about the whole and not you. And so you're thinking about others. And
you just call this man a socialist?
Yeah, that's what it is. He's living in community. Jesus talked about this. The last shall be first. Treat others better than you treat yourself, sort of thing. You know, Jesse's just.
We do not endorse the public opinions of.
All I'm saying is, just because something is free doesn't mean you should take it and as many of them as you can put into your arms and walk out with them. Like. This is not corporate greed. This is consumers got out of control, and the market is checking us right now. Maybe one day when we all learn to behave like reasonable adults, the free stuff will come back. But right now, it's gone away.
My local Taco Bell, literally, she'll say like, you know, do you want any sauce? I'll say hot sauce. She goes, how many? And I was like, 2. I don't know. You know, like it used to be they just throw a wad in there. Now she's like specifically, and if you say a number too high, she's just say no. Like they have a threshold now.
Because people can't be trusted. They will take.
I agree. I agree.
This feels like in school, like when one person would mess up in class and then like the whole class got punished for it. Like that's kind of what you're describing now is like too many people were taking too much handfuls of mints and now no one gets mints unless you pay a quarter.
That's exactly what happened.
I mean, other than Longhorn Steakhouse, what restaurants have a mint bowl on the way out?
Question. Longhorn Steakhouse, is that still around?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Longhorn is lit, bro.
They're doing great.
When was the last time anybody on this podcast went to one?
Last week with
I went to one not too long ago. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah. My parents go there all the time. Like there's one up in there. They literally eat at Longhorn like 3 times a week.
No, yeah, we had Longhorn delivered on Monday. What am I talking about? Yeah, we had Longhorn delivered on Monday.
Listen,
I did not realize I was talking to Longhorn Steakhouse fanatics.
Oh, I'm telling you. You just want a good steak, some nice steamed broccoli, wonderful bread. Why not?
Yeah.
There in the Outback is fantastic. Go for it.
Any place that allows you to just casually disregard peanut shells onto
That's
the floor.
not Longhorn.
No, that's Texas.
That's Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, that's different.
That's a different vibe.
Major difference.
Major difference.
I bring my own peanuts and I do it at Longhorn too, and no one's ever said anything.
You drop them on the ground.
Right in front of everyone.
You're like a toddler. You're just throwing food on the ground.
I mash them right into the carpet and just stare.
And let me ask you, where did you get the peanuts from? Did you take too many from Texas Roadhouse?
Yeah.
No, I bring them and I distribute them in the restaurant and encourage everyone to do the same.
You're sick.
Pass out peanuts.
That's right.
I actually have always wondered about the Texas Roadhouse thing, which I enjoy the free peanuts, but there are so many people with peanut allergies now. Like, how can they get away with that and not get sued from somebody?
I thought about that.
They're not
like
welcome
just because
there.
there's peanut dust in the air. You know, you walk in, you're breathing peanuts.
I think people just know to stay away.
Yeah, if you got a peanut allergy, this is just not the restaurant for you. You need to do something different.
Yeah.
But think about somebody who's never been, like it's not in their part of the country. They're traveling. I'll check out this. I want a steak. And they just walk in and they breathe it. They go into shock or whatever, have an allergic reaction. How have they not been sued? You know, like one time out of millions of
Is
customers.
there a sign on the door
sure
that's
there's a
like,
sign.
if you have a deathly peanut allergy, do not enter?
It's like telling someone who like that's lactose intolerant, like, yeah, maybe stay away from Dairy Queen. Sorry, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's the product here.
No,
like,
but dairy's in the name. I just want a steak. I don't know that there's peanuts flying around.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
In this very litigious era that we live in, I'm just shocked that they still do that. That's all. All right, what do you have, Derek?
Yeah, so artists are canceling arena tours left and right. And it's crazy because I think because you see the success of Taylor Swift, like she's just out here just crushing it. Drake's been doing really, really good. Even 50 Cent, this tour did really, really well. But for every tour like that, there's a lot of them that's being canceled. So the Black Keys had to cancel their whole North American tour. And that's one of my favorite bands. I love them, but they haven't had a hit in a minute.
You can't fill an arena with a nostalgia tour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I guess you could with 50 Cent, but I'm just saying, like, Black Keys wasn't that big. Like, I love Black Keys too. Seen them at festivals a number of times. They're incredible.
But apparently,
but you know what it was? It was the minimum price was like $100 to get in the door.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Yeah, and I was gonna say apparently it's a thing. So I have my thoughts on it. I want to hear what y'all think. But so here's some prices: $29, $19, $13. If you'd have waited for a lot of these tours, you'd have been able to see the Rolling Stones in Seattle for $29. 21 Savage in Chicago for $19.
Wow.
George Strait and Chris Stapleton for $13. Like, it's crazy. That's in Indianapolis. So that's not everywhere. And being a touring artist, you have duds, man. It just is what it is. Sometimes a market doesn't pan out how you want it to, and it just is what it is. But an arena, to not fill an arena, that's a lot of money to take a bath in. You know what I mean? Like, that's a huge amount. So a lot of these tours are also being booked by Live Nation. And for a lot of people that don't know, a lot of times an artist will sell their... So rather than say, you know what, I'm going to fund everything myself, and they'll sell their whole tour to like a Live Nation. And they won't be making money off the tickets. They'll actually just make money up front. And then it'll be on Live Nation to go get it. Like, I know touring acts that they just get their stipend or whatever they're going to make, and then that's that. And that's the trade-off. And what's happening right now is Live Nation is being sued for antitrust. Who is it? Let me see. Yeah, the Department of Justice is preparing to sue them in federal court for antitrust because they've literally monopolized the whole touring space. So my philosophy, I'm thinking two things that's happening. One, this article in GQ says that they just think that the artist's ego think that they're too big and that they need to play arenas. I think that might be a piece of it, but I think most of the time artists are just like, they listen to their booking agents, they listen to their team. I think it's that Live Nation has gotten so big and they have to keep entertainment in these arenas. Because if Live Nation is partnering and they have all these venues, they have to keep stuff going in those venues. And I think that they're just putting whatever they can in these venues. And a lot of these artists are being scaled up way quicker, as opposed to if it was just a lot of how it was back in the day where there was a lot more competition for these venues. And artists could say, well, hey, you know what? I would rather play this smaller indie venue and play it 2 or 3 nights in a row than take a chance with this arena. So I kind of think that's happening. And I also think that because music, like, we have so much information, it's really hard to promote. Like, back in the day, if you wanted to pack out a tour, you just did radio ads. You do radio ads, and then when podcasts and things came, you would start adding that. But now it's really hard to grab people's attention. So to be honest, some of these tours, you don't know about them until they've left. And it's just because it's really hard to promote something in a time where we have so much information flying at us. So that's my opinion, but I want to hear what y'all think about that.
I mean, the two famous ones that just got canceled are J-Lo and the Black Keys. The Black Keys, if you saw the picture of the empty seats, it was like 90% unsold, most arenas. And it was because the tickets were just so egregiously overpriced. J-Lo, Who wants to go to a J-Lo concert?
I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. Not me. I'm chilling.
Who's her fan base?
I don't know.
It's like
I think I'm supposed to be her fan base, and like I don't want to go to a J-Lo concert unless it was like $5, maybe.
Yeah.
I just think it just, like you said, Live Nation just kind of got greedy. They overcharged for tickets. People are just like, nah, it's not worth that. I have other options, other entertainment options for my $1, and I'll just go do something else. It'll course correct, probably. I would think.
I mean,
I
I think that's the thing too. I mean, it's not dissimilar to what's happened in like to some degree, like the movie industry. Like people. I think honestly, kind of post COVID, there's outliers, right? I mean, people went to go see like Barbenheimer and went to the Taylor Swift tour, but those are now exceptions to the rule, right? Like like people are just more comfortable kind of staying home or, doing like, you can blame the pandemic or you can blame just streaming technology where entertainment, I don't think people look at entertainment as like eventized anymore. Like it's cheap and accessible, not expensive and a hassle. Like I said, the only like major outliers I would say would be like live sports seem to be doing pretty well. People seem to like going to games, and the occasional kind of cultural event. But even like they were talking about like a movie like Fall Guy, which had a lot of buzz. It had, major stars. It was fun, critically well received. It kind of disappointed, because people are like, yeah, but they put those movies on Netflix all the time. Or yeah, exactly. Or I got Spotify, like I can listen to music all the time. Like, unless it's some kind of outlier concert, there's other stuff to do these days.
Yeah, but we had CDs, we had DVDs, we had all those things before where that I think with the live show too, I think Cameron, you're on to something as well. Like we're in an inflationary time where people are struggling to like I said, you just said that we're getting charged for sauce packets. You're getting literally nickel and dimed everywhere. And it's like, man, to pay $100 to see somebody perform, that's a lot right now. Right now, it's a whole lot.
I was going to say real quick, and if you want to pay that, there's a festival where you can go and probably see that artist and
for $250 you can see 100 artists, including the artists you would have seen for $100.
And it's not just $100; it's all the other fees that's thrown on top of the $100.
True.
Too. Emily, you had something? I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say, like you were talking about kind of before, like advertising tours and stuff. And that's something that I think I've been really frustrated. Like I love going to concerts. I honestly kind of budget for it from time to time if I know an artist is going to go on tour. But what's frustrating is there are artists who will announce a tour on Monday, have a pre-sale the next day, and then the rest of the sales go out on Friday. And it's like, okay, well, I get paid every 2 weeks. So like, I can't really budget that, $100+ ticket because I already had other stuff to pay. Like, so I think that's something that I would like to see change too, is like, tell us that you're going on tour, give us the dates. Also like, cause depending on where you're at, maybe I have to drive to, maybe you're not playing in Nashville, you're playing in Memphis. So I have to drive, like figuring all those details out. I can't do that in a day. And I think I've seen a lot of my friends who we like live shows too. It's like, I can't just spur of a moment, buy this ticket. But it is funny, like you talking about the tickets that were only like $20 or something. I've done that a lot because there's only 2 days that I buy tickets. It's either the day of the sale when I can guarantee I'm getting face value, or I buy it day of the concert because people are desperate to sell their ticket for $20. And like, but there could be months in between. Like I just went to a concert on Monday. I bought that ticket last summer. And like, it just like there's the timing of tours and everything is like so different.
Who was it? Was it J-Lo?
No, I proudly saw Niall Horan, my favorite from One Direction. That's why my voice is still a little off. Because
2 days later.
Okay.
You still got the rasp.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
you was singing
screaming my heart out.
Oh, listen, I didn't know she did the concert on Monday night, and I called her Tuesday morning, and she goes, and I was like, and literally the first words out of my mouth were, "What's wrong with you?" Like, it was like she couldn't speak.
But okay, you know what? Let me give some credit to Niall. One, because I love him. But two, at the end of the show, he actually did, like right before his final song, he did thank everyone for coming. And he talked about like, I know that you guys probably spent a lot of money to be here and that this was kind of a sacrifice for some of you. And I'm really appreciative of it. And I just appreciated that as a fan. But it also like, I do like that artists are aware that people are having to make financial sacrifices or, just spending a lot of money. And hopefully enough artists start talking about it and things change. And it's a little better.
I think it's going to be dope if we can start getting artists back in some of these legendary venues, even if they're playing multiple nights, because it may not have all the amenities that the arena has, and your ego may not be able to say you played this crazy arena. But, man, it's just something that's electric when you see an artist in a packed room. Like, I don't know what that is, but I would rather see an artist in a smaller room and it's packed out and we're all connected than a big arena and we're all away and it's 40% full. Like,
I'll be honest with you. Yeah. You're dead on. Like, my best concert experiences I've ever experienced were the two extremes. It was either 100,000 people watching Arcade Fire together and everybody singing every word at the top of their lungs. And it was this like larger than life experience. And I was just, standing in the crowd with everybody. Or I saw like The Weeknd at Hard Rock Live, which is like 2,500 people. And it was like, he was too big. He wasn't The Weeknd now, but he was still too big for that venue. And so there's this energy and it was packed out. And it was like, I can't believe we're seeing him in such a small setting. It was crazy.
It's fun, man. It's fun. That's the fire when everybody connected, so it's dope.
Agreed. All right. What do you have, Emily?
Okay, real quick. We've talked a lot on this podcast about AI and how it's like taking over industries, disrupting things. People are worried about, it's going to take their jobs, right? We've had that conversation. And it's a valid one, worth discussing. But this week, I was really comforted because I was reminded that AI is probably not going to take my job because AI is actually pretty dumb.
For now. Well, little babies are dumb too, but then they learn.
But that's the thing. I don't have to worry about this for a while because here's what happened. So Google recently unveiled AI Overview, which is their like new technology that's intended to help answer people's questions quicker. Basically, it's supposed to like let Google do the Googling for you. That's how they were describing it, which is a dumb concept anyways because Googling's pretty easy. But anyways. Right away, people realized that it is super easy to mess with because it is actually pretty media illiterate. And so people on Twitter were posting screenshots of questions it asked Google and the like dumb AI responses it was getting. And I just want to share some of my favorites if y'all haven't seen these.
Well, and two, context-wise, what we learned through what you're going to tell us is that the Google AI was scanning all websites as information sources. So things like The Onion and parody sites and personal blogs were providing answers that it was learning from. So,
tell me more.
So that's the thing. Like it would pull. So like one of the first ones I saw. So someone had asked, how many rocks should I eat each day? And it pulled up a quote from an Onion article saying that you should eat at least one small rock a day.
Exactly. Perfect. Get your minerals. That's how you get your minerals.
I love it. Someone asked, why is my cheese not sticking to my pizza? First off, weird question. But AI suggested you should add some non-toxic glue to the recipe so that it sticks better.
Of course. It makes sense.
AI also said doctors recommend smoking 2 to 3 cigarettes per day.
Well, who doesn't?
Don't know.
I mean, clearly, for health reasons.
Speaking of health reasons, scientists apparently said staring at the sun for 5 to 15 minutes every day provides health benefits, or half an hour if you have darker skin. I'll let you decide what that one means.
They trying to get us killed.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like
that's Jesse's theory. He's trying to get us killed off.
It's
and maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
But it brought me so much comfort to know, like, you know what? My job is secure because I am not media illiterate. I know how to read and process information. Yeah. And it was just really comforting.
I get the accelerated pace of technology and the concerns and I do. Listen, we don't need to go down this rabbit hole. But I can read an article online and be like, oh my gosh, this is the worst AI dribble I've ever. This is absolutely unreadable. Like, yes, I know, I get it. The day is coming, but the day is not quite here.
It's not here yet. Yeah. It's not here yet. Thankfully.
I thought you were going to go, Emily. I honestly thought you were going to go the direction of the video I sent you yesterday. I don't know if y'all saw it at a tech conference. The CEO of NVIDIA, which is now the largest company in the world, just passed Apple with a $3 trillion valuation. Wow. There's a chip maker. Anyway, he's being interviewed about AI and how everybody's saying like AI is going to disrupt your economy or your industry and stuff. And he said here's the deal. He said, number one, people are scared they're going to lose their job to AI. They're not. If you lose your job, you're going to lose your job to somebody who uses AI. So he's like, get on the train now, learn, make it part of your workflow, and it'll make you more productive and all that kind of stuff. And then you're more valuable as an employee. And he said, number two, this thing of like this theory where companies like us are going to like adopt AI and make it more productive, more efficient, and then we have mass layoffs. He goes, that doesn't make sense. If our company is having more profit, more productivity, more efficiency, why would we cut staff? We would add staff because we have more money and more margin to add more staff, and that staff can use AI, and now we're propelling our exponential impact.
Great
He's like,
point.
we're going to hire because of AI, not have layoffs because of AI. Now, granted, that's amazing. That's optimistic. I see that theory. Granted, that's a very white collar situation, and the probably the wage or the income gap will become more disparate than it is now between the haves and have-nots, between the people who use AI and the people who are left out and low income earners and stuff. So we're just not talking about that context. But if you're in a career field where AI is disrupting it, he's like, lean in. Don't be scared of it. Like, use it. And then you're at the front of the wave. You know, I'm like, that makes sense. A little optimism.
Yeah,
there.
and that was a good story too, but it wasn't as funny as AI
is
telling
stupid.
you to eat rocks.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll do it for
Slices.
Make sure to check out relevantmagazine.com every weekday, where we're covering the intersection of faith, culture, and everything in between. All right, stay tuned. Up next, Jackie Hill Perry joins us. You're listening to Sicko. The song is Swarm. Well, today's show is brought to you in part by the new book, God, the Science, the Evidence. We talk a lot about faith, but how often do we talk about science in the same breath? You might be surprised to discover just how deeply the two actually agree. For centuries, science has been used to dismiss the idea of God, but today an intellectual revolution is underway. Modern discoveries in physics, cosmology, and biology are consistently revealing the same truth: creation isn't an accident. That profound reversal is what engineers Michel-Yves Bolloré and Olivier Bonassi investigate in their international bestseller, God, the Science, the Evidence. This book is a rigorous, evidence-based critique of materialism, inviting you to explore over a dozen scientific, philosophical, and historical domains. It shows that what was once seemed impossible, that science could point to a creator, is now supported by a vast and convergent body of evidence. With over 400,000 copies sold in Europe, this book is sparking a global debate. It's thoughtful, fascinating, and a powerful reminder that reason itself affirms the existence of God. Learn more and find out where you can purchase your copy today by visiting godthesciencetheevidence.com. Where our guest today is Jackie Hill Perry. She's a podcaster, speaker, author. She's released books like Gay Girl, Good God, Holier Than Thou, and her latest devotional on Ephesians. She talks to us about finding our identity in God, why we can't go through life without community, and living a life focused on our unique calling. Here's our conversation with Jackie Hill Perry.
Well, the last time we spoke was about your book, Upon Waking, and you told me then that you didn't really like devotionals, but here we are with your new book, Ephesians. Now, I know it's a Bible study, but I feel like I hear people use those terms interchangeably. So can we once and for all determine what is the difference between a Bible study and a devotional?
Well, Ephesians is a Bible study, which is a devotional. And so the style of it is different because devotionals, you're kind of doing these short, quippy words to help people, consider God and his word throughout the day. The Bible study on Ephesians is me, Jasmine Holmes, and Melissa Kruger taking 2 chapters each of the book of Ephesians and basically curating questions for someone to work through the Bible on their own. And so it's a different style of book.
No, that's a great distinction. You crushed it. I am curious of all the books to pick, why Ephesians?
Yes, it's a complicated book. It has a lot of social, marital, all types of, you got slavery, you got the devil, you got submission and headship. It's a lot in there. So Melissa did chapters 1 and 2. So kind of the introduction, but also the kind of like sense of like we are blessed with every spiritual blessing, like what we have in Christ. And then Jasmine took 3 and 4, which is kind of the hinge into the practice. So this is who we are. This is how we practice. And then I have the difficult chapters, 5, 6, which are dealing with parenting, slavery, headship and submission, and spiritual warfare.
Yeah, you definitely got the hardest ones. Did you want those chapters?
I just gladly took it because I hard books of the Bible are exciting to me because it feels like a challenge to find the goodness. And so that's how I took it. It's like, I want to find and these chapters have been used so often and quoted so often that I was curious around why do people talk about headship and submission independent of chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4? Like we talk about it as if what Paul established in chapter 1 about who we are in Christ, like that actually should be that should be more a part of the conversation. But we're ripping it out of its context to just have arguments all the time. So I want to I want people to stop doing that, basically.
I have to ask, you are an author, a speaker, a podcaster. You're literally in the middle of your podcast tour right now. You're doing a lot these days. How do you balance all the things you want to pursue with everything else in your life?
I think it's simple. It's complicated, but it's okay. One, I am team do too much. Okay. So I know that that's also a part of my temperament is that I don't like to sit still for too long, but I'm intentional about making sure that my schedule leaves room for my priorities. So for example, Monday through Thursday, right? Like, even though I'm self-employed, I structure my life like it's a 9 to 5. So from 8 to 3 is when all the work is. And then after 3:30, I'm at home with my kids. So that automatically creates some kind of balance where I'm able to make sure that I've done what I needed to do while at the same time I'm able to be present and normal. My schedule is what anchors so-called balance. That's the best I can do. And I'll add this. I think discerning God's will, like Paul says, like discern what is pleasing to the Lord. Like, I don't make moves until I believe that God is leading me towards it. I just don't. Like, if it's me writing a book, if it's me doing a conference, prayer happened before I gave my yes. And so I think that's important. So I'm not just a busybody for the sake of busybody. I feel called to certain things.
Now, is that something that you've always done, or did you have to sort of learn it the hard way through life?
I think a part of my discipleship in the early stages of my walk kind of built into me this idea of like, God has to be central to everything you do. And so I think it's become a muscle where it's like, yeah, I want to do it if you don't want me to do it. And I don't want to go there if you're not going to be there. And so I think over time, if anything, my confidence has risen in the sense that when I'm doing a thing that God himself is involved in and has called me to, there's just a particular blessing on it. And that doesn't mean that there's not suffering. That doesn't mean there's not work. It doesn't mean there's not pain and all types of stuff, but it does mean that he's with you because you're it's about him versus I'm gonna just go out and do this thing because it sounds fun to do, but you ain't considered the Lord. Like, I'm just good on that. So I do not want to be out here without him beside me, because he makes all the things beautiful, like every time.
Well, I'm sure there's things God has said no to over the years. And, when God says no, or maybe even just not right now, how do you handle that? Like, how do you move forward from a no?
Yeah, a lot of no's. Music was a no since 2018, I'll share this. The time when I knew the Lord was like, back away from music was I had just started to teach. and just started to get into being able to like articulate and communicate God's word. But I was also doing poetry, all the stuff. And I felt like the Lord was kind of saying to me, like, just because you can do many things, it doesn't mean you should do everything. And you need to make a decision. And so I had to process through, with all the options available to me, what seems to be the most fruitful. And it seemed like teaching God's word was the most fruitful. And so even though it hurt, it actually, I think when you put it in the sense of like, no, what benefits people most in this season, that made me feel a little better about it. Cause it's like, it's not like God is saying, no, be mean to you or to even do a disservice to other people. He's actually just putting you in a position to be more faithful as a steward of what he's trying to hand to you. And so I think that faithfulness piece gave me the confidence and the peace to be like, okay, like he knows better than I do. And then he comes back like, okay, 6 years later, here you go. You can do it again.
That was Jackie Hill Perry. Make sure to check out her new Bible study on Ephesians. And though we cut a lot of it out because the news hasn't been officially announced yet, you might have caught a little mention of music and Reach Records. Some big news coming this week. Keep your eye out for it. All right, stay tuned. Up next, it's 5 Second Rule. You're listening to The Walters. The song is Better Off Alone. That's what my therapist said to me last week. Better off alone.
Might need to get a new therapist.
She's like, no, you're right. You're right. You're better off alone.
Was it an AI therapist?
Just give up. Give up now. That's what she
was
said.
it Google?
Google told me, eat 2 rocks a day and just give up. That's what it said. So
and go look at the sun.
Well, today's podcast is brought to you in part by the new book, Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic. Author Jonathan Seidel knows firsthand how even believers can get stuck in shame and destructive habits, especially when it comes to one of society's biggest obsessions, alcohol. In Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic, he details his spiral into disordered drinking and shares the 4-step process he eventually used to break free. There's hope for alcoholics who become Christians and for Christians who become alcoholics. Find Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic wherever books are sold. What if you could change a child's life with just $10? Right now, thousands of vulnerable children in East Africa are suffering from jiggers. It's a painful, preventable parasite that burrows into their feet. Soul Hope is the only organization treating it through foot washing, medical care, and durable closed-toed shoes that protect kids long after treatment. $10 may not seem like much in today's world, but when we come together, those small gifts add up to big change. Join the 10 for 10 campaign. $10 protects 10 small toes. Visit soulhope.org/10 to give now. One small gift makes a big difference. Again, that's soulhope, SOLE, hope.org/TEN. All right, it's time for 5 Second Rule. We play this every once in a while. Here's the jingle.
It's 5 Second Rule.
All right, what I'm going to do is, as competition style between the three of you, I'm going to give you a topic, and you're going to answer or list 3 answers. And give 3 answers, list 3 things based on the thing that I tell you. You have 5 seconds to do so. If you do it in time, you get a point. Here we go. Emily, we're starting with you. Name 3 breakfast cereals with cartoon mascots.
Frosted Flakes, Cheerios, and Fruit Loops.
There you go. Good job. Got a point. All right, Derek. 3 martial arts styles.
Jeet Kune Do, Kung Fu, Jiu-Jitsu.
You could have said anything other than karate, and I would have just said, sure. I don't know. All right, Jesse, here we go. Name 3 sandwich meats.
Roast beef, turkey, chicken.
Chicken. You're doing chicken sandwiches. Huh? I guess that's true. Grilled chicken sandwich.
Wait, yeah, I was gonna say. That's
I was thinking
not
deli
too much
meats.
now.
I don't really
Yeah,
do sliced,
if
thinly
only
sliced
there was,
chicken.
if only like America's most popular fast
Shut up.
food chain, would
Chick-fil-A.
adopt a chicken sandwich.
All right. I was thinking of deli meats. I was thinking of thinly sliced. I don't. Okay. Anyway, here we go.
You can-
Emily,
you do know that you can get chicken like sliced deli.
do you
Oh,
ever?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah, roast.
Yeah,
I get
chicken
it all
roast
the time.
slice.
Yeah, all the time.
I know.
More you know.
All right, Emily, here you go. 3 places you have to wait in line.
Disney World, Sea World, Six Flags. Sorry, I went with a theme
Wow,
there, and I had to
yeah.
stick with it.
It's a true statement. 90%
Yeah,
of your day
you
is
could have
waiting in
asked,
line.
Cameron, you could have asked a very specific. You could have said 3 amusement parks where you have to wait in line, and you would have nailed that.
I hope that that's my next round, and I can say the exact same thing I just said.
All right, Derek, name
Chick-fil-A.
3 corporate mascots.
3 corporate mascots. What do you mean 3 corporate mascots?
Like the Geico Gecko. You know what I mean?
Oh, got you. Okay, 3. Ronald McDonald, Chuck E. Cheese, and
Time's up.
Freak. All right. Dang it.
That chaos guy, the guy from 30 Rock.
The
For-
crazy domino thing. That's what came to mind. I just
Yeah.
didn't know what to call
the
it.
Noid.
The Noid.
Noid. There
Yeah.
it is.
Avoid
like
the
that you-
Noid.
Avoid the Noid.
I like that you chose one that hasn't been active in the public zeitgeist for nearly
It's just,
20
bro,
years.
it terrified me as a kid, bro. Like, it just, like,
Wait, which one?
the Noid.
The Domino's Noid.
You
Avoid the
never
Noid.
seen it?
I think that was before
All
my
right,
time.
I'll drop it in the chat. It's the most terrifying thing in the world.
It's basically saying you don't want to be annoyed or have pizza delivery that's annoying. You don't want to get annoyed. So avoid the Noid. Order from Domino's. We'll be there in 30 minutes or less. Like they're trying to just. But
That's
this
a good
little,
marketing.
but this little character Noid that they made
It looks like a crackhead, like
was the.
a crackhead magician. If a magician was
That's
on
so
crack
specific.
or meth, that's what this looked like.
and little.
Oh my
like pocket
gosh.
size, wasn't he?
She said, "Oh my god."
There was a Noid video game. At one
I'm sorry. I assume the person who made this is in a psych ward now. That's insane.
collectively,
Oh,
the
that's
American
gonna
people
haunt my nightmare.
got together and decided.
Yo, as a kid, that
No
thing
more Noid.
terrified me, bro.
That is of the devil. Oh my gosh.
And the way it talked and moved all weird. It was like it was nightmare fuel. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go pray now. I don't like that.
There's a reason. There's a reason we haven't heard from the Noid for quite a bit of time.
Yeah, I want to avoid the Noid with the
Avoid
rest of
the
my life.
Noid.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
That's a jump scare.
All right, who are we
Sorry.
to? Who is
Jesse.
to Jesse? Here we go. Jesse, name
pizza
3
mascots.
single name celebrities.
Cher, Bono, and Psy.
Yeah. All right. I was say Beyonce was sitting right there, but okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Madonna. We
Madonna.
had Zendaya. We had a couple.
Zendaya. All right, here we go. Emily was literally crawling out of
I
her
was going-
skin when
I
you
was- I
paused.
almost
I know.
said-
I was
almost
trying to
said
like
syllables.
telepathically,
Yeah.
like, okay, come on.
All right, here we go. Emily, name 3 hot beverages.
Coffee, tea, room temperature soda. I don't know.
No.
Hot chocolate.
What's another hot,
chocolate?
Hot chocolate.
one? Oh dang.
Cider.
That's a good one.
Hot toddy.
I was
Okay,
thinking
okay,
somebody might
we
have
should've
thrown a
switched,
toddy in there.
Jesse.
Yeah. All right, Derek, here we go. Name 3 instruments in a marching band.
Tuba, trumpet, trombone.
Boom. Jesse, 3 things you plug in.
iPhone, iPad, MacBook.
It's a good strategy.
Emily, name 3 classic board games.
Clue, Sorry, Monopoly.
There you go. Derek, 3 mythical creatures.
A Medusa, a griffin, a phoenix.
There you go. All right, Jesse, 3 famous landmarks.
Mount Rushmore, the Washington Monument, and the world's largest ball of yarn.
There you go. I'll give it to you. Because it said famous landmarks. It didn't say like official U.S. governmental
Where
landmarks.
is it?
Fame. I think
It's like
there's
in
several
Kansas.
that claim it. Yeah.
There you go. Emily, 3 body parts you can live without.
Thumb, arm, hand.
Moving up the arm there.
Next,
I
shoulder,
guess.
And down
clavicle.
the body. Yeah. It's
Head.
nothing but a torso.
All right, Derek, name 3 itchy things.
Butts, armpits, necks.
I would have said like wool sweaters.
I would have said
not
feathers.
Hey, look, man. People have
Are we counting
people have
that?
itchy butts, man. Ask my 10-year-old, does his butt itch? Ask him.
We're gonna take your word for it.
He'll tell
All right,
you.
Jesse, this is the last one. Here we go. Jesse, name 3 G-rated swear words.
Darn it, dang it, and dadgummit.
Dadgummit for the wicked.
All in the. There
All
you
right,
go.
Jesse won.
All right, there you
Dadgummit
go.
for
That'll
the
do it
wicked.
for.
It's 5-second rule.
Well, before we wrap things up, I want to thank Jackie Hill Perry for joining us today. Make sure to check out her new Bible study on Ephesians and keep your ears peeled for a big announcement coming later this week. Also, make sure to check out relevantmagazine.com every weekday, where we're covering the intersection of faith, culture, and everything in between. We have some great features: life in your 20s, justice, making a difference, relationships, mental health. It's awesome. Check it out. Make it part, bookmark Relevant, and make it part of your daily browsing, or sign up right there on the website for our newsletter, where we send you our top 5 trending stories every weekday. And make sure to follow us on all the socials as well. All right. On that note, we'll wrap it. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Derek Miner.
I'm Emily Brown.
We'll see you on Friday. Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
Don't ask questions of how I ended up there. Here we are.
Relevant Podcast Network.